And welcome back. Well, holiday office parties can be a great chance to relax, to have fun, and to get to know your coworkers on a more personal level. But that mix of alcohol and festive atmosphere, it can sometimes lead to, like bad behavior. So joining us now is the world-renowned networking expert. It's Dr. Ivan Misner, and he's been dubbed the father of modern networking by Forbes and CNN. He's written 32 books about the subject, including his latest, Networking is a Marathon, Not a Sprint: How to Outlast, Outconnect, and Outperform the Competition. He is here now with the do's and the don'ts and the what if you did's office party etiquette. Good to have you here, Doctor.
Oh, thank you very much, Tiffany. Can I go back to one of your earlier segments, which I loved, about the email before we jump into this segment?
Yeah, the email signature, right? You got some thoughts?
Yeah, email signature. First of all, I love doing funny auto replies, but that's a whole different topic. I really have some very good ones if you ever want to do a segment on that. But in terms of responding on email segments, in your email segment, one of the things that I do, if I don't want people to know that I'm responding to me, I'm available at any moment, is I will time my email. You can actually, with most email systems, time it to go out. And I generally, with somebody that I don't want to deal with constantly, is I'll time it to go out at just after 5 o'clock my time. And so that they don't think I'm just there responding to them, all right? But this has got to remain a secret between us because I don't want anyone else to know that I do that.
Nope, your secret is safe with me, Ivan.
Good.
I love that, and I think it's a genius way to do it, right? Because you don't always want to be super available, and some people, like you said, you don't want to be responding to immediately. So I love it. I know you really are the godfather here of networking. And so here's the thing: when it comes to the holiday parties, they're starting. I mean, our company has kind of foregone the really kind of fun alcohol party that we used to have, and now it's a lunch here on site. However, there really are a lot of companies that are still doing that, and people can really get themselves in trouble and maybe aren't always on their best behavior. So where do we want to start with this?
Well, you're absolutely right. First of all, you want to honor the event. That's really important. It's a business holiday party, so you want to focus on the fact that it's a company party. It's not a party at your neighbor's house. It's a business party. And if it is in the evening, whatever you do, don't drink too much. We've all been to those business parties, the holiday parties where somebody's just had maybe a little too much to drink. And it's an embarrassment. I've been to one where, somebody's walking them out and they're saying, please don't tell anybody that I got so drunk. And everybody's there watching them as they're walking out drunk. So don't do that. Here's another one.
You say anytime you're with your coworkers, you are being evaluated.
Absolutely, especially by your supervisors. Mm-hmm. They're watching you. So you want to be professional even at those parties. My company has a policy of no more than two drinks. If you're going to be at a dinner or something, 2 drinks, that's it. And I think it's unfortunate, but it's a good policy.
You're like, well, we know our limit here, and this is what we have to do. I love this tip that you say. You say, whatever you do, don't go negative. Talk about that.
Yeah, don't go negative. I mean, it's very easy to start talking about negative things with the company, that somebody did something to someone else, and you start gossiping about other people, or you start talking negative about the company. That's a really huge mistake. Do not go negative at the company policies. And on the other hand, don't suck up. Right? Don't be a sycophant. Don't when you're seeing the boss, oh boss, I'm so proud of you, and it's okay to talk positively about something that someone has done, but don't be a sycophant at company parties either.
I like that one, because the truth is, at a company holiday party, oftentimes you're mingling with people that you don't usually see, and it can be all the way up the ladder. And oftentimes you're not with that high of a hierarchy in the company at a lot of big companies. So I could see someone sort of like zooming up to that person to try and get ahead and maybe suck up. And you're saying that doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And when you're networking with somebody who is more successful than you in any context, but particularly in a company, the best thing to do is to ask questions. Tell me, what are you working on that you can talk about? Where do you think the company is going? Ask questions. A good networker has 2 ears and 1 mouth and should use them both proportionately. They should be paying attention to what people are saying. And so if you can get someone to open up and talk up, and then if you can say, how can I help with that? Is there anything I can do to help with that? Then you stand out. When you're asking for something, that's what everybody does when they're talking to the boss. They want something. But if you say, how can I help you with that? That's a whole different approach.
So question for you, because you say, a lot of these opportunities are business meetings. I've always taken the stance of this is a time for more personal conversation. So do you think business should be on the table to talk about, or really you should be trying to get to know each other more personally? Are there any do's and don'ts there?
Well, the answer to that is yes, both. You do. I think it's okay to talk business, but I think it's also okay to talk about personal things. But stay away from politics and religion. That's incredibly divisive.
Right.
It really is. And we think that today it's really divisive, but the truth is, I just read a special on George Washington, and I know there's a special out by Ken Burns about the Revolutionary War. Oh my goodness. We think things are divisive today. The 1770s, they were unbelievably divisive within our own country. And so it's always divisive. Stay away from politics, stay away from religion, but do ask, what do you do for fun? If they have pets, and you have pets, that's something that you can share. If you like to go out on boats, if I like wine, I love wine, only 2 glasses. I like wine. And so I'll have conversations about wine or history. So personal's fine. Just don't get into controversial topics.
Absolutely. Dr. Ivan, it is so good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime. Thank you so much.
You bet. And again, Ivan Misner's book is called Networking is a Marathon. It's not a sprint. You can find it wherever books are sold.